The Descendants movies were a cultural reset for all of Gen Z. Regardless of how old you were when they came out, there's no doubt that they were some of Disney's most iconic movies. We thought the series ended with a trilogy, but it looks like there's a new one coming soon. In today's video, we're dishing out all the latest on the cast, plot, and every other detail you need to know. First off, is it actually happening? The first Descendants movie was one of the most memorable Disney films ever made. Most people grew up watching Disney original animated movies about Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Aladdin, and so on. Now, those same childhood favorites were updated for a brand new era focusing on the next generation of royalty and villains. The first movie introduced us to Mal, Jay, Evie, and Carlos, and they quickly became some of the most loved characters in Disney's history. There was no doubt about the fact that there was an absolute mania about the movies, and they just pulled more and more viewers with each new one. Added a catchy soundtrack, a recognizable cast, some quirky Disney humor, and some cute outfits, and you had a trio of movies that went down in Disney Channel's history. The last movie dropped in 2019, and it seemed like a good end to the series. Nobody expected a fourth movie, but at the recent D23 in September 2022, Disney announced that the Pocket Watch would be coming to Disney Plus soon, with filming beginning almost immediately. The movie has Jennifer Fang directing, and if you think a Pocket Watch sounds familiar, you're thinking back to another iconic Disney movie, Alice in Wonderland. We all remember the rabbit and his pocket watch, which gives you a good idea of what the plot is going to look like. Next, here's what it'll be about. Alice in Wonderland got some live-action remakes of its own, with the Tim Burton movie starring Johnny Depp and Mia Wasikowska, but now it's making its way into the Descendants universe. While the new movie won't be an exact continuation of the original three, it'll be set in the same universe, and we're hoping to see a lot of beloved characters make a comeback. According to Disney's press release, the Pocket Watch will obviously take place in Wonderland, adding a new realm beyond Auradon and Isle of the Lost. In this universe, Wonderland isn't all that great of a place, and we don't hear much about it. There's obviously no Wonderland without the iconic Queen of Hearts, and her daughter will step into the spotlight this time around. Red is described as smart as a whip and rebellious, naturally taking after her mom, and it looks like a lot of the movie will focus on her. The other new character making her way into the universe is Chloe, the daughter of Cinderella and Prince Charming, who's the opposite of Red since she's described as a perfectionist and athletic. Here's where things get messy. There's a coup about to happen in Auradon, and the royal family is under threat right when they're celebrating the birth of a new royal baby. Red and Chloe then join forces to use the White Rabbit's pocket watch to travel back in time and fix everything. Now that we know what the plot's going to look like, the next question is obviously when we're going to see it. Production on the film was meant to start in fall 2022, and they stick to their schedule. They'll wrap early in 2023. This means we might see the movie on our screens in mid-2023, less than a year after its official announcement. The movie's also stated to have 7 new and original songs, and if the previous soundtracks are anything to go by, they'll be just as amazing as the classics. Moving on, here's the cast so far. When the official announcement finally came, fans all had one question. Would we see any of the old characters return to play their original roles, or would we get an entirely new cast unrelated to the OGs? Well, we're happy to announce that there's at least one familiar face we can count on seeing. China Anne McClain, who played Uma, is set to reprise her role as the daughter of Ursula the Sea Witch in the upcoming movie, and we can't wait to see her again. For the new characters, we're going to see 2 more Disney stars step into those roles. Dara Renee, known for her role in High School Musical, the series, will be taking on the role of Chloe, daughter of Cinderella. She's already played alongside big names like Olivia Rodrigo and Joshua Bassett, so she's not new to the game. Red, who looks like she's probably going to be the main character for the movie, will be played by Kylie, known for her role as Gabby Duran and the Unsittables. As with all current Disney kids, she's part of the group that grew up with the original Descendants movies, and she didn't hold back her excitement when she found out. In an Instagram post, she referred to her 9-year-old self, who would be as excited as we are to hear that she's going to be a part of Descendants. She went on to shout out her co-stars and said that she was looking forward to working with them. Coming up, what about the other cast? Well, we know Uma's definitely making a comeback. The more important question is whether we're going to see the main cast in the movie as well. Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Boo Boo Stort, and Cameron Boyce all became household names after the first movie, so will we see them again? As fans already tragically know, Cameron Boyce, who played the son of Cruella de Vil, tragically passed away from complications symptoms related to epilepsy right before the last movie was released. Naturally, the whole cast and fans all over the world were heartbroken, and it seems the wound is still fresh. Earlier this year, as Dove Cameron was asked if she would ever come back to play Maul in a new movie, she openly said no, stating that it just wouldn't be the same without the original cast. As one of Cameron's closest friends, she believed that it would be wrong to make another one without him. She went on to say that she and her castmates found it impossible to recover from his passing, and that while filming a new movie might be a healing experience, it just wouldn't feel right to do it without him. She also thanked Disney for being sensitive towards the actors and revealed that they actually canceled most of their future Descendants plans when he passed. Her co-star Sophia also seems to have said goodbye to her character Evie once and for all in an Instagram post when the last movie wrapped, and we can probably expect that she and Boo Boo feel the same as Dove does. There isn't any confirmation as of yet, but it's possible that we might see a cameo or two in the new movie. We won't know until it actually drops, and until then, we'll just have to wait and see. Moving on, here's all the latest Disney news you need to know. First, Disney fans are not happy about this decision. While Disney announced the new movie to mostly positive reactions, there are many people who believe it's wrong and insensitive for them to do it, and the studio's receiving a lot of backlash over it. When Cameron passed away at the young age of 20, there were millions of fans who found the news heart-wrenching. After all, Descendants had just as much of an impact as Camp Rock or High School Musical the series, and Carlos was one of the most loved characters. Now fans are speaking out about how they find the movie wrong, seeing how one of the main cast just passed away. Another fan tweeted saying it had to be a joke, and it seems that most people agree on one thing: the movie's just not going to be the same without Cameron. Fans are especially upset about the fact that Disney explicitly stated they wouldn't be making any more Descendants movies after the third one, seeing how Cameron passed shortly before it released. Next, this isn't even the most iconic sequel. While Descendants is memorable in its own right, another huge project was announced at D23 this year, and the internet's losing its mind over it. Yes, we're talking about Disenchanted, the long-awaited sequel to 2007's hit Enchanted. All of the original cast is making a comeback, and the names are pretty big, including Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, Idina Menzel, and James Marsden, with the addition of Maya Rudolph as a new character. Finally, here are the upcoming remakes. Disney, known for turning its classic 2D animated hits into live-action blockbusters including Maleficent, Cinderella, and Beauty and the Beast. At D23, the studio announced the latest live-action remakes coming soon, the first of which is The Little Mermaid starring Hal Bailey as Ariel, which will drop on May 2023. Next, we've got Snow White with Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler in the main role, whom you might remember from West Side Story, the movie set to drop in 2024. Lastly, we're getting Peter Pan and Wendy, which doesn't have a release date yet, but will star Yara Shahidi as Tinkerbell and Jude Law as Captain Hook. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of the Descendants news? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.